It honors us that you're here, it honors us that you're successful, but we thank you for choosing Vancouver University, knowing that you're going to get the kind of quality that you have. I also know that as you move on from Vancouver University, you're going to be given the opportunity to continue to learn. And hopefully, what we created in each and every one of you is the opportunity to think, to question, and indeed to challenge whatever it is that you're moving on into, and that you continue to learn. You made a significant investment in your future by virtue of coming to a post-secondary institution. And you're going to hear from other people as we talk later today about the value of that education. You worked extremely hard to gain the credential you have, and you can go out of this institution facing the world with optimism and indeed with confidence. And you'll be prepared to take many next steps. But again, you'll be continuing to learn and listen and listen and listen again, and then question and question and question again as you move forward. And hopefully, the world, the diverse world that you're going into is going to change and constantly change. And hopefully the skills that you've developed here at this institution through engagement with the faculty that we have here, you're going to be prepared extremely well to move, to develop, to change, and indeed to change the world around you and make the contributions intellectually and personally that are going to create the kind of communities, environments that we want to live in.
I'd now like to invite Dr. Ross McKay to introduce today's recipient of the Honorary Doctor of Letters.
Good afternoon, Mr. Vice Chancellor. I'm pleased to introduce Takal Tanabe, who will be receiving an honorary Doctorate of Letters today. Over a career spanning 60 years, Mr. Tanabe has gained acclaim as one of Canada's most important painters.
Distinguished Alumni Service to Society Award.
Mr. Vice Chancellor, it is my honor to introduce Mallory Meeker, who today will be receiving the Distinguished Alumni Award for Service to Society. Mallory has made an exceptional contribution to VIU, her community, and to society throughout her career in BC's social service sector and in her advocacy work on behalf of persons with developmental disabilities. Her work has made a profound difference in the lives of individuals, families, early childhood education practitioners, and students, and I might add, her colleagues and faculty as well.
I can't tell you how proud, pleased, and humbled I am to be able to speak to you for a few minutes this afternoon. You will have heard and read that both my vocation as well as my avocation has been dedicated to disability rights and to social justice issues. The intent has been to try to help people who, by virtue of the happenstance of birth, carrying a label of disability, gets at least some of the same rights and freedoms that you and I do as Canadians. I've been passionate about this work, and I have so many memories and stories to tell you that have sustained me over the years. Like the time I walked into a home in a neighborhood here in Nanaimo of a gentleman who lived his 62 years in institution because of his disability, and he walked into his own bedroom and understood freedom for the first time. I remember a lovely little girl named Isabel who 2 years ago in grade 5, her single greatest achievement of the year was to walk down the hallway and into her classroom and to her seat. And when she did that, her classmates exploded in cheering because they understood the value of that very small achievement. And I also think about occasions like when I sat with Ira and Judy for hours and hours after the birth of their daughter. And they struggled and struggled and asked questions like, how does this happen to people like us? And then watching them come to the realization that, hey, there's no such thing as people like us, we're all us. And there's no such thing as a uniqueness I'll just say there's no such thing as uniqueness around disability. That disability is simply another aspect of the human condition, another part of our humanity. And I think advice is allowed because I'm old and you're graduating and this is convocation, so I think I get to do advice. And the one piece of advice is do what you love. Do what you love. Lead your authentic life. Don't lead somebody else's dream or something that somebody else thinks you should do. Do what you love. Find that little piece, that little gift that only you have to give back, and find the place to do it. Give it back again. And if you do that, and you're blessed like me, some 30, 35, 40 years from now, you might find yourself standing here looking at this sea of people, and your heart, like mine, might be full to bursting, and you'll have a hard time holding back the tears as you say, like I get to say now, thank you.
Next, I invite Dr. David Whitty, Provost and Vice President Academic, to come first to present today's Teaching Excellence Award, and then to present the Governor General Gold Medal.
It's my pleasure actually to build on Mallory's words and celebrate our faculty and instructors and the work they do with our students to really encourage student success. Without that commitment from our faculty, our students really couldn't be able to achieve the sorts of things that they do. And today we're honoring our faculty and instructors through a presentation on the Teaching, Design, and Practice Awards that we are now providing at VIU in recognition of the excellence in the work and achievements. Allison has taken the opportunity at Powell River, which is a campus that we relate to through technology and offer programming, and has been inspirational in showing leadership in designing courses and programs that allow students in Powell River to avail themselves of the resources across the institution, and likewise, students across other parts of the institution to avail themselves of the resources of Powell River.
It is my pleasure to welcome today's graduates as VIU's newest alumni. As alumni, you will play a critical role in shaping the reputation and future of VIU. You are an ambassador of the university, and it is the stories of your time at VIU that will inspire prospective students and encourage existing students.
Now we have someone very special to speak to us. She was chosen by her peers to deliver the valedictory address.
Today is your day. You're off to great places. You're off and away. You have brains in your head. You have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself any direction you choose. Oh, the places you'll go. Dr. Seuss. Life is not about making plans. Life is about the moments. The big ones, the small ones. And life is about perspective. No matter how much we plan, life is always going to find a way to sneak in one of those moments that knock us off of view. Things will never go 100% according to plan, but that doesn't mean that they won't work out exactly the way they're supposed to. I guess what I'm trying to say is that each and every moment is part of an incredible journey, and without each one of those moments, our journeys would be incomplete. So don't plan your days away. Savor every moment, because in the end, it's the moments that make up our lives.
as President and Vice Chancellor of Vancouver University, on behalf of the Chancellor, I admit you to the degree, diploma, or certificate to which you are entitled along with its rights and privileges, duties, and indeed responsibilities. I now invite you to move the tassel on your cap from the right to the left, signifying that you've accepted your credentials and have been admitted into the Order of the Scholar.
Let's kick it into another gear. The members, all these members of the graduating class, will now be presented individually to President Nixon.
Nicholas David Bro. Kayla Marlene Bronte. Now the graduates of the Graduate Diploma in Online Learning and Teaching, Jane Christensen.
This afternoon, I started things off saying that we're here today in a celebration of achievement and excellence. And we all know that that required hard work and dedication. But I also think that each one of these graduates would be quick to point out that there was more to it than that, wasn't there? Each of these graduates relied on the love and support of their families and friends. And so now I'd like to ask our graduates and our stage party, if you would, please rise and join me in saluting all of you people, the family, friends, and supporters of this graduating class. I want to just point out that these events don't organize themselves. They probably, I think they do, but they don't. There's a lot of work that goes into organizing these for many, many months, and I don't do almost any of it. I do want to recognize one person who does the vast majority of the work of getting these ceremonies organized, and I think most of the graduates will have had some dealings with her. Her name is Carrie Johns. I also want to just review a little bit of what just happened earlier, just very recently. So what happened, all these graduates came along, and inspired by our valedictorian, I'm going to tell you what it's like from my perspective. As Dr. Seuss might have said if he were me, warm hands, cold hands, wet hands, dry hands. It's amazing when you shake people's hands, you think they'd all be the same. They're really not. All of these graduates come across, they meet the president, they come to get their credential from me, they shake my hand, and almost everyone says to me, thank you very much. And so I want to say to the grads, first of all, well, you're welcome. But most importantly, and more seriously, I want to say to each one of you, thank you. Because in the last few years, you've made a number of decisions, important decisions for yourself, that I'm just so grateful that you made. You decided to go back to school, and that wasn't easy. Maybe you went straight from high school on, or maybe you were working for a while, but you made this decision to go pursue post-secondary studies, and thank you for that. The community that you serve thanks you for that. Then when you decided you wanted to come back to school, you had a lot of options. There are other universities out there, and you chose ours. You chose Vancouver Island University, and I want to thank you for that, because other schools wanted you to go there, you chose us. Thank you so much. We're now so proud to call each one of you our alumni. Congratulations, all of you. It's now time to wrap things up. Our elders will be leading us all out of the auditorium. And one last word of gratitude for all of you who joined us today. Thank you.